Good afternoon or good evening and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about Polymaker and all of the good customer service that they have. I have had nothing but amazing interactions with Polymaker. If you have watched my channel, you will know that one of my biggest things when I buy 3D printers or I buy parts or I get pieces of things to help. One of my biggest things that I am a big advocate of is customer service, which is one of the things that I like about Prusa. It is one of the things that I did not like about Anycubic. So for Polymaker, let me talk about what happened. So I have gotten coupons from my STLFlix for being a member. They were handing out coupons at the time, and I get to use those every month. And I have been repeatedly buying the Polymaker's products with those coupons. And Polymaker is an amazing, they have great filament. They have so many different kinds, so many different colors. And I just feel really blessed to be able to have those coupons that I have and get the Polymaker that I have. It is a little bit more expensive than some of the other filaments, but it is worth the price that you pay because I rarely have issues with Polymaker. So what happened that made me think, oh, they're great customer service? Well, there's been a couple things. So over Christmas, I ordered some filament and there was I don't know if there was one or two missing rolls. And when I wrote them and said, hey, I got the delivery, I got everything else but the rolls that you were supposed to send me, they said, hey, we will reimburse you. Just let us know. And so they gave me my money back and said, hey, if you still want those items, just let us know and we will match the price because it was on sale at the time that I bought it that you paid for that item. And that's exactly what they did. And the customer service was fast. So almost, I don't remember if it was like immediately or what, very shortly thereafter that I wrote them an email. They responded pretty much instantaneously, within a short amount of time, to where I didn't feel like, oh, are they ever going to write me? Well, then I recently had another issue, which was really more of my issue than their issue. And that issue had to do with a product that I purchased from them a while back. And when I purchased that product, they had made the product and made some changes with it that changed the way that it functioned. So I had a print that I was recently working on and it was failing in so many ways and I couldn't figure out why. I thought it was my printer. Turns out it was the plastic because then I used the plastic on something else and it just was not working. It wasn't sticking to the other plastics of the same type. I was like, what is going on? So I wrote Polymaker and said, hey, I purchased this. It is not working. I don't know what's going on. So they wrote me back, explained their error and said, hey, we will make this right by you. And they got me hooked back up with the correct plastic that I should have. And the process was so fast of, hey, I'm having this problem. And then they're like, hey, you can give us your number, your purchase number, which I did. And they have a policy that if you have any kind of errors within 30 days of you purchasing something, they will make it right. Well, I had purchased this a while back, but they still made it right because I am a consistent customer who constantly purchases through them. And I rarely have issues with them. So to me, that was really great customer service for them to make right something that I don't know if they had messed it up or I had messed it up. I don't know. It was just, but they fixed it. And so that was really impressive to me that they did that. And that ranked them up there with my Prusa service because I've now had 3 interactions with them that have been stellar. And it's the first one, I didn't even get the result that I wanted, or maybe not wanted, but that I wasn't really sure what result I was going to get. But I still got a result, and I got an answer that was acceptable to, hey, this is kind of on you. We apologize. But they responded, they explained what the issue was, and that was fine. I mean, that was my thing that I did. So two of the things where it was their issue, they resolved. And the fact that they immediately responded, the way that they spoke to me, the interest that they had in what was really going on, that was just great customer service. And so I have to give a shout out to Polymaker for that. So not only do they have a good product, but hey guys, they've got good customer service. So if you have a print farm or you just want to buy a huge amount of plastic, you can rest assured that if you have some issues, they will do their very best to make it right. And even if it is your error or something, you will at least get a response and you won't be sitting there wondering what happened. So I appreciate that they did that, and that is a wonderful thing. So I just wanted to say that about Polymaker and throw that out there and say that I really appreciate that. Plus, I like a lot of their colors, and I print a lot with what I have of theirs. I've recently added some more of the Polymaker colors to my repertoire, and so I'm just loving everything that they have. And that's what I gotta say about Polymaker tonight and their customer service. But now I want to talk about one of my favorite subjects to talk about, and that is STLFlix. I recently printed some more of their parts, and they went very well, of course. Very little errors. I recently purchased a new sheet, the sheet that goes on the bed that you print on. I bought one of those that has the pattern in them so that you can, when you print on it, the pattern will go onto whatever you're printing. And so I want to print one of their purses. STLFlix has some purses, and I'm going to print that and try to put that on there. So here's some other things that I wanted to talk about STLFlix. Not only do they have like a bunch of knickknacks and pieces and toys and things like that, but they also have functional items. And over the next few months, I really want to focus on some functional items. Spring is coming. I'm going to have a garden. I want to make some things like some garden tags. So I'm going to have to switch out of PLA. I'm going to have to go to the Polymaker site and find, which plastic will be the best for outdoor and being in the ground and being in wetness. So I'll have to go research that. Plus, I also want to print some parts for my gardening. And I want to do some things like maybe some hose pieces to help me help the water spread better. Plus, as spring comes around, I spend a lot more time out with my chickens. So I'm hoping to print some things to build and create and make some things for them. So I will still be printing my STLFlix, and I'm excited about it. But I'm also going to be doing some designing, and I hope to share that with you guys and talk about the things that I'm going to be designing. But today I wanted to talk about some of the new STLFlix AI items, and you can see the one on the screen right now, the book decor, which I'm going to be trying that out, and I think that that's going to be really neat to do. Plus, they have the new family magnets, which looks so good. I also want to try out these layered sculptures. These look really good. We have some sign generators, which I think that Bamboo Lab already has one, but I want to try some of theirs out and see how it goes. But I'm pretty excited about the book decor because I wanted, there were some pictures. If you look right here, you can kind of see them over here on the left. So let me go take a look at what they actually, let me go back one and just kind of see what it shows. Let me go down here. Oh, there it is. And they got the little dragon there. Let's take a look. Endless possibilities. So we have, oh, this is the instructions. Now Now, here's one of the reasons that this caught my interest. So, my niece recently contacted me and said, "Hey, can you print this for me?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Well, do you want me to pay you for it?" I'm like, "Well, no, you're not going to pay me for it." So, I want to print for her some items that are decorative. And the patterns that it uses are very similar to what you're seeing here. The black line patterns. I'm not even sure what the descriptive words are for that. So I'm hoping to maybe use this to create some of those pictures for her, to make them bigger, and make some things for her to go along with the things that she's asked me to print, which were butterfly items. So she's asked me to print some butterfly items. I bought the STL for it. It was like $1.23 or something, and it's this one that says good vibes. And now my printer only goes to 14 inches. That's the biggest one that I have. And she wants something that's 16 by 20. So I'm going to be attempting and doing some experimenting with breaking it down into pieces, like maybe quartering it, breaking down into quarters, and then printing that out and putting it back together afterwards, or either making it like it was some carpenter cuts in it that she could put together and then hang it on her wall where you wouldn't even tell that, that it was pieced together like that. But that's something that I'm going to work on, and I'm going to be pretty excited about that. I'm going to share that with you guys as well as I work on it, and that's going to be a pretty neat little project. And then I'm going to print I'm wanting to make a light for her, which I don't want her to know that I'm just going to kind of do it and just see. And then I thought maybe some of these things here, some of the bookshelf pieces, and just some little pieces that I see here. I think these would be so cute. So that was one of the newer STLs. These family magnets, I think these are so adorable. They had a lot of different things that go along with it. They have the rocket, the balloon, and I just love how the little kids are hanging from the parents and the family, and they even include the dog, and I think that's adorable. And I think I want to print some of these, and that would just be a really cute set. So this is the STL AI. Again, it's not the same as some of the other ones, but it's pretty cool what it does. Got the cake topper, the wedding cake topper. Like, if you watch this video and you see something that you would like made, you can just kind of send me a chat or some kind of conversation, and maybe I'll make it for you. Because I really do enjoy making things and giving them away because it's so fun. So here's some little pieces. I've been wanting to try these flexi creatures. Let's see how they do it. Oh. So I'm not going to watch the whole video, but as you can see on there, they give you instructions on how to do it, and it's going to be fun. Just want to try that out one day, maybe not today. So let's go check out let's go take a look at what has come out this week, because again, they have, STLFlix comes out with new products every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then they have community ideas that they set for the days of when those will come out. And if we go down here to the bottom, we're going to see that what's coming up we'll go down here to the bottom, what's coming up in March is going to be the educational games, the book nooks and reading accessories, and the dice towers. And we've already got April is going to be fidget clickers, print place headset stands, and then the More Fantasy PC and Monster Minis. And these were all community chosen. So basically everybody puts in their ideas, and then the entire community that has an STLFlix membership votes on what they would like to see made. And that is what they do. And then they put them out each month. They'll take 3 ideas and then they put it on the calendar for what's going to come in the future. So we have through April what's going to come. They do one community idea a week. And so on March 13th, next week, we will see educational games. I'm looking forward to that one. I can't wait to see. I'm also looking forward to the book nooks and reading accessories. And I can't wait to see what new dice towers are going to come out. I'm pretty excited about most of the things that have been chosen. So I can't wait to see what happens. What's really great about STLFlix is, I think I've talked about this before, is their drops isn't just one item. It is a set of items, and that is really cool. So if you look at this, Monday would have been the animal hood. It would have come out on Monday, and what they did is they have these little animal creatures that go into this little zoo. Now the cutest thing about these is they print really well and kids really like them. Now a friend of mine said today to someone, because I print these off, and some of my teammates are like, oh, these are so cute, and she's like, I have these things all the time because I have little kids, so I have lots of these little things going on. And maybe they're not the best toys in the world, but for me to be able to just print toys and give them away and to have like new ideas all the time for my nieces and nephews, and just to let them know that I care, and to have just new toys coming in regularly, I really like it when they make things like this that are just so unique and kind of cute. And I have made some pieces, like I recently made the volcano set, that's an educational piece, and I mailed that out to my nieces and nephews. And then I also made some other pieces from some of the other Patreons that I have. And my sister sent me some pictures of them playing with the items, and that was just a great feeling to be able to make those something that you can't buy in the store, and to be able to just put it on the printer, let it sit, and I get to pick what I want to print and then send it to them and just see their little faces light up with something new and interesting. And they were playing with the toys and they liked them, and that was so great. I was so happy about that. That was a great experience to have that happen. So that's one of the things I like about STLFlix, is I like the variety, so they don't only, as you can even see here in just the last few months, or these are just even in the last few weeks, they haven't only done just like little knick-knack items. There are some functional items as well, like the fair and square that helps people who sell, and there's some bathroom organization, and there's vases, and there's just all kinds of things that you can make. So the most recent one that they did is a 2-part series. So, and you can see here it says part 2, and these are little koozies for your cans. Now there's some recent ones that sold really, really well. They had a hoodie in it. And they had some, and I think I don't know if I showed you guys that one, but I really liked that one. It's fairly recent. See if I can find it going back. It hasn't been, yeah, this one right here, these holders here. Now these had a robe, a hoodie, a winter puff jacket, and then a leather jacket. So this was part one. And then just yesterday, they dropped this one, which has the suit. And I remember somebody talking about this one right here, this karate, kung fu, uh, martial arts robe. They have a Discord, STLFlix, and somebody was in there chatting with the makers of STLFlix about this particular item. So no, this was not on the community ideas, but yes, this conversation was happening, and I saw the conversation in Discord, and to see it here, because that's what they did, that was great. And a couple of these were actually mentioned, just over here and there. And so this is so good to see that the people at STLFlix are listening. Not only are they listening, they comment, they answer quickly. And again, I'm a fan of customer service, and they are on it. They answer, they have a chat that they respond to. Now, they're from another place in the world, so their time frame, they're a smaller company, but they're not 24/7 most of the time. Sometime, well, I can't say most of the time, because there's been a lot of times that I've gotten answers, but sometimes because of the time of the day, I don't get the answers right away. And for me, that's okay, because I recognize they're not as big as like Polymaker or Prusa, but they're a smaller organization or a smaller company, and they still respond. Which, for me, for Anycubic, it took days and weeks. I got an email saying, hey, we're going to be out. So the person who has your ticket, it's going to be a little while. Now, if I was a commercial person who had multiple Anycubics, that would be a big concern for me. That you're going to wait until you're back off of vacation to answer, as big as Anycubic is, you're going to wait to answer my question for more than a week, almost two, because you have a 2-week holiday, and like that's just okay. I just didn't feel like that was okay. It's not the same. They're not a small company. There's no reason why they shouldn't have someone to cover that. Hire somebody. If they're not from, if they're from another country, then hire from a country that isn't on vacation to cover you, just like anyone does when they are any business. When someone goes on vacation, you have to find someone to cover you. So that is not STLFlix. They answer, they respond, and they are much smaller, and I just love their stuff. Their drops are so good. You get multiple pieces in every drop. And if you're someone like me who does the Patreons, who likes to see other people's work, I think you would really enjoy this particular product. And if you're a commercial user, this is absolutely 100% worth it. These things are so cute. Every time I take them in, I made these eggs recently. I have some videos on them. I took them in. They loved them, the people I made them for. They're on their desk. They're being displayed. They're good pieces. And I got to pick from not just one item, which a lot of my Patreons, they come out with one item maybe a week, maybe sometimes two, but not 3 times a week, multiple pieces within a grouping or a theme. And this is so good. Their stuff is just so good. It prints so good. It's just such good stuff. Well, that's pretty much all I have to say tonight. I just wanted to talk about STLFlix a little bit. I also wanted to talk about Polymaker. I also wanted to see what everyone's thoughts are on printers. I constantly am on the 3D printing groups in Facebook, and one of the biggest questions for new people is, what printer should I buy? Which one do you recommend? And I have been looking at all of the printers, and I cannot find the one that I want to purchase. I'm trying to hold out for the Core one with the induction nozzles. But man, that Bamboo Lab, the H2D or the H2C or the H2S, those are just really just weighing on my brain because I see so many people using them and they tell me that they're so good. I've seen a couple of people that have publicized that they went with Bamboo. They even replaced their Pruses with them. Now, I will not be replacing my Pruses. That is just not going to happen. I never will that happen. I mean, they would really have to go down. Like, the perfection from the Prusa is, it's, just perfect. And if you're ever wondering, should I pay the extra price for the Prusa? Absolutely, 100%. I can recommend that. And me, as a brand new user who doesn't want things to mess up, but also I am a little bit of a tinkerer. So I guess if you're just wanting something out of the box that you're really not going to mess with too much, I don't know about the Bamboos, but I know with the Prusas, there's so many things I could do with them, and it's so great. Every day I don't have to worry about whether or not my printer is printing, and I think even right now, let me see, I think I sent something. I don't know if I started it yet. Let me look. I'm going to pull that up. No, I think I have it on there to print. Maybe I need to, yeah, let me go ahead and start that. So I'm going to get this sent over, get this started. Let me see. There we go, I sent it. Well, so since I paused to tell you about what I'm sending to the printer, let me tell you about what happened. Let me tell you about Prusa and their slicer. So I've tried a couple of different printers. I actually went and looked at a Bamboo P1S last night at Best Buy, and I didn't realize because I have a Prusa XL, it just seemed like such a small bed, even though I know that's really not. That's what a lot of people use. I have a friend who has a Bamboo Lab A1 Mini, and I just can't imagine trying to print something on a bed that small. But I guess that's the thing. And I've been looking at the Cheaty Max 4, who has, I think that it's 390 by 390 by 390. It's even bigger than my XL, but my XL is pretty big. And I don't really need that big of a bed except for this one project that I just told you about. And, but with all that being said, one thing I really like about Prusa is their slicer. And when I've had the other printers, their slicer just does not measure up.